Breaking news out of Nigeria that's sending shockwaves across West Africa and beyond. Bello Turji, one of Nigeria's most notorious bandit leaders, is reportedly dead, and the circumstances surrounding his demise involve something unprecedented. The deployment of 200 US Special Forces to Nigerian soil with one mission: hunt him down. This isn't just another news story. This is a game changer for Nigeria's security landscape and a clear signal that international patience with banditry in the Sahel region has run out. For those unfamiliar with the name, Bello Turji wasn't just any criminal. He was the face of banditry in Nigeria's northwest, controlling vast territories across Zamfara and Sokoto states. His network of armed fighters terrorized communities, kidnapped thousands for ransom, rustled cattle, and turned entire villages into ghost towns. Turji operated with near impunity for years. He wasn't hiding in shadows. He gave interviews, posted on social media, and even negotiated directly with state governments. His boldness was a slap in the face to Nigerian security forces and a constant reminder of the state's inability to protect its citizens in the northwest. But Turji's operations weren't just local concerns anymore. Intelligence reports linked him to transnational criminal networks, arms trafficking routes stretching across the Sahel, and potential connections to extremist groups operating in the region. That's when this became an international security issue. The deployment of 200 US Special Forces to Nigeria marks a dramatic escalation in America's involvement in African security operations. While the US has maintained military cooperation with Nigeria for years, primarily through training and intelligence sharing, boots on the ground for active combat operations is a different level entirely. Why would the United States commit elite special forces to hunt down a bandit leader in Nigeria? The answer is strategic. The Sahel region, stretching from Senegal to Sudan, has become a critical security concern for Western powers. The collapse of state authority in parts of Mali, Burkina Faso, and now increasingly in Nigeria creates vacuum spaces where extremism, terrorism, and transnational crime flourish. Bello Turji represented more than just a bandit problem. His operations destabilized one of Africa's most populous nations, disrupted regional trade routes, displaced hundreds of thousands, and created conditions ripe for extremist recruitment. Left unchecked, leaders like Turji become regional warlords with capabilities that threaten broader international interests. Details about the operation remain classified, but sources indicate that US Special Forces worked in conjunction with Nigerian military intelligence to locate and neutralize Turji. The operation reportedly involved advanced surveillance technology, signals intelligence, and precision strikes, capabilities that Nigerian forces lack but desperately needed. This wasn't a solo American mission. It was a joint operation, with the US forces providing the technical expertise and firepower, while Nigerian troops maintained the political legitimacy of domestic action. That cooperation is crucial. Nigeria is fiercely protective of its sovereignty, and any perception of foreign forces operating independently on Nigerian soil would trigger massive political backlash. The successful elimination of Turji, if confirmed, represents a major victory not just militarily, but symbolically. For years, communities in Zamfara and Sokoto lived in fear of this man. His death sends a message: no one is untouchable. No safe haven is truly safe. But let's be realistic. Killing Bello Turji doesn't end banditry in Nigeria. He was one leader among many. His death creates a power vacuum that other armed groups will rush to fill. History shows us that when you eliminate one warlord, 3 more emerge fighting for control. What this operation does demonstrate is capability and commitment. It shows that when international forces combine resources with local knowledge, results are achievable. It proves that Nigeria's security challenges, while severe, are not insurmountable. The real question now is sustainability. Will this US involvement continue? Will Nigerian forces receive the training, equipment, and support necessary to maintain pressure on remaining bandit networks? Or will this be a one-time spectacular operation followed by a return to the status quo? This development fits into a larger pattern of increasing Western military engagement in Africa. As extremist threats grow, as China expands its influence, and as Russia's Wagner Group operates across the continent, the United States is recalibrating its African strategy. Nigeria, as Africa's largest economy and most populous nation, is too important to fail. If banditry and insurgency continue destabilizing the Northwest, while Boko Haram and ISWAP operate in the Northeast, the entire nation risks becoming a failed state. That scenario is unacceptable to Western security planners. Bello Turji's reported death marks a turning point, but it's only the beginning. The fight against banditry in Nigeria requires sustained commitment, political will, and resources that go far beyond one military operation. For now, communities that lived under Turji's terror can breathe slightly easier. But the underlying conditions that created him, poverty, unemployment, weak governance, ethnic tensions, those remain. And until Nigeria addresses those root causes, new Turjis will continue to emerge. The hunt is over, but the war continues.